Imagine a world where everyone can thrive, especially the youths, and such an ideal world is one where everyone is mentally stable, a fundamental component in sustainable development. Mental health is defined as a state of well-being which enables an individual to be productive and can face the stress of everyday life. So mental health is linked to development and productivity. Investing in mental health is investing in the development of Cameroon. According to the World Health Organization, neuropsychiatric disorders are estimated to contribute to 6.1% of the total disease burden in Cameroon.
Donnez-moi au moins l'occasion de m'exprimer, monsieur.
J'ai dit tu l'as fait, mais...
Monsieur, s'il vous plaît, laissez-moi le... Monsieur, je veux m'expliquer, s'il vous plaît.
Stress from work, acts of terrorism by Boko Haram, the socio-political crisis in the northwest and southwest regions, and the consumption of hard drugs have led to a growing number of psychiatric patients in the country.
Assez d'informations sur votre problème, madame.
Vous dites, docteur. S'il vous plaît, docteur, je peux vous dire quelque chose. Bon, j'étais de passage.
Sur 2 ou 3 angles, mais nous allons beaucoup plus appesantir sur 3.
Mental health diseases can be seen from several angles. We will focus on 3. First is a biological aspect. A human being can have a dysfunction on his neurotransmitters and disrupt his psychic, and as such lead to some malfunctions. It is a biological cause. You will understand why we would choose the medical approach.
Vous allez comprendre pourquoi nous faisons l'approche médicamenteuse. Je serai les médicaments pour qu'elle soit plus calme.
Vous occupez, moi je prends la pharmacie.
Vous allez remonter les escaliers et puis vous allez voir le service de pharmacie. C'est non loin de là.
Merci, docteur.
Le docteur va faire des prescriptions et puis le patient va s'équilibrer.
The doctor can prescribe treatments which the patient will take and be well after 1 week or up to 6 months. We also have the psychosocial cause. Here, the loss of a loved one or problems in a home, maltreatment can deteriorate the state of a patient. There could also be financial problems. Some infections can also cause mental disorders. Someone who knows that he has a deadly disease may be affected mentally. There is also the consumption of drugs. Some Cameroonians resort to these substances to feel good and escape from their problems, which in the long run becomes an addiction. Conflicts at the job site can also cause mental health issues.
L'instabilité des conflits dans le milieu de vie, tout ça a un impact direct sur la santé mentale d'un individu.
This is Lucy Anga, a lady whose sister has been in chains for 26 years.
J'ai une sœur malade depuis 26 ans.
I have a sister who has been sick for 26 years. It started abruptly when she began talking too much and off. One morning, she undressed herself and started running in all directions. It was not easy to hold her down, but we succeeded in taking her to the hospital and kept her in chains so she won't wander off.
Ça fait 26 ans aujourd'hui.
Traditionally, many Cameroonians believe that mental health crises are divine punishments for wrongdoing. Some say witchcraft or spiritual possession are responsible for mental illness. Tala has been a victim of such superstitious beliefs, and today, thanks to health professionals, family and his pastor, he is mentally fit and runs an association to help others.
Je suis un bipolaire en principe. Et la maladie a commencé en principe quand
I am a bipolar patient. I fell sick when I was 8 and people said it was witchcraft. When I was 22, they said I had joined a secret cult because I bought a lorry. My family abandoned and rejected me, but I was privileged to be cared for by a pastor who took care of me for 6 years. When I had my crisis in 2003, he took me for the first time to the Jameau hospital.
Il parlait plutôt de la possession démoniaque. Et ça n'a pas été facile parce que déjà, d'autant plus que ma famille m'avait rejeté parce qu'il avait baptisé.
He thought I was demon possessed. It was not easy because my family rejected me because I got baptized. For 10 years, I absconded from them, and I am grateful that the hospital took care of me. From the onset, I didn't know whether it was witchcraft or demon possession. In 2007, I then took interest in mental health. As an evangelist, I was trained to cast out demons. I cannot be a believer and witchcraft keeps following me. So, I developed an interest in medical personnel since 2007, and I had a vision to create a platform where I could express myself because before then, no one wanted to listen to me apart from health personnel.
Je voulais m'exprimer, il fallait créer un cas de rencontre. Parce qu'à l'époque, là, il voulait m'exprimer, mais personne ne m'écoutait.
Our brothers and sisters, our mothers and fathers, who may be out there having problems of mental illnesses. For example, people who are erring around, people who are going around the streets dressed shabbily.
Families of persons suffering from mental illnesses face so many difficulties. It is financially demanding to take care of persons with mental issues, and this is sometimes compounded by the wastage of valuable resources with tradi practitioners and soothsayers who offer no real solutions. But experts insist all actors in society are needed to fight against the ailment, and mentally ill patients should not be removed from the streets as refuse, but given the right medical attention.
The illness is like any other disease. Always refer to a health professional because mental illness is not mystical as people think. There are possibilities to provide care and treatment, so always ensure visit a psychiatrist. We bring our help as mental health experts by providing treatment in communities for those who are identified and in need of help or treatment.
Support is very important. I usually say that the words of a sick person should be considered as gospel truth. Also, it would be a mistake to take a patient's word for it, given that there were situations where they point accusing fingers at family members or friends for them being the cause for their predicaments leading to family disputes and abandonment.
Oh, ce virus qui brise les rêves. Ne me laisse pas seul, toi le Dieu des innocents. J'implore ton pardon, j'implore ton pardon, j'implore ton pardon. Seigneur, guéris-moi.
We are calling on families not to hesitate in calling 1510. It is a national toll-free number for psychological assistance. A psychologist will give you a step-by-step guide on how to help your loved ones who have mental issues. Don't let go of people who are mentally deranged.
Don't get discouraged. Things will turn out for your good.
On a beaucoup de thérapies en fonction de l'origine dont on parle tout à l'heure.
We have many therapies depending on the origin of the mental illness we talked about a while ago. It could be the behavioral therapy, which consists in changing the thought pattern of the patients from negative thinking to positive thinking. We can also have therapies for couples, systematic therapies for families to establish interactive communication.
La communication L'interaction.
In Cameroon, most people with mental health problems are rejected by their families, their children, and society. But the local councils in the country are changing the narrative via their social affairs services, assisting in the treatment of all mental health patients in the company of their family members or caregivers.
Il nous a été donné de constater la présence de plus en plus.
We have noticed an increasing number of mentally challenged people loitering in the streets of the capital city. After a study was conducted, results revealed that the solution was found in families, communities, the city council, the Ministry of Public Health, and the Ministry of Social Affairs.
Se trouvait à l'intérieur des familles, à l'intérieur des communes.
The objective for the implementation of this project is to eradicate the phenomenon of mentally deranged people loitering in town, because the place of a mentally challenged person is not in the streets but in families or competent hospitals.
Soit dans des structures hospitalières compétentes.
Et il tend vers un trouble, une addiction. Il va laisser tout ce qu'il fait.
Despite the efforts made, the mental health domain in Cameroon still suffers a series of challenges.
We wish campaigns should be sustained and that accompanying measures for the care of patients for our work to be efficient.
I equally implore the help of people of goodwill with regards to finance and logistics to enable us get lodging facilities and food for these patients.
De logistique, en parlant des structures de prise en charge de ces patients-là.
Most of them are homeless and poverty-stricken.
Parce que beaucoup n'ont pas d'abri, beaucoup ne peuvent pas se vêtir.
In partnership with non-governmental organizations like the World Health Organization and some private health institutions, the Ministry of Public Health is paying great attention to mental illness in the country, especially as it is facing an outbreak of the coronavirus. At policy level, there are only 2 tertiary hospitals in the country, that is the Jamu Hospital in Yaoundé and the Douala Kantini Hospital, that handle mental health problems. One thing is sure, the contribution of all is needed in the fight against mental health crisis, and citizens can use the mental health call line 1510 to seek help with their mental disorders.